A warm welcome to you as we return to northern Nigeria with yet another special episode from the seat of the Caliphate.
Sokoto. It can't be warmer than it is, can it?
Oh, well.
Sokoto holds an important place in the history of Islam in Nigeria. In fact, you can call it a holy city.
And you'd also get to know why the celebration of Salah in Sokoto is different from as it is celebrated in other northern cities in Nigeria.
So you are welcome to the home of the Caliphate.
Don't go away.
Sokoto, using the Arabic pronunciation of the name, grew from a small village that laid in an old traditional caravan route. That was when our forefathers rode to the northern fringes of the African continent, crossing the vast Sahara Desert to trade, learn, and socialize. However, the small community was chosen by the first Sarki Musulmi, that is, the commander of the Muslim faithful, as the military headquarters during the Holy Wars. The tiny community, no doubt, lived up to the expectations of Sheikh Shehu Usman Dan Fodio, as it became not just the permanent capital of the Caliphate, but also the spiritual headquarters of Muslims, first in the north and now for all Nigeria. Today, Sokoto is happily a pilgrimage center with the presence and preservations of notable holy shrines, such as the tombs of legendary Sheikh Shehu Usman Dan Fodio, first Sarki Musulmi, the Muslim Bello Usman, then Sultan Bello Usman Dan Fodio, and some other venerated Islamic scholars. In addition to its greatest influence as the spiritual capital of the Islamic faith and missionary works in northern Nigeria, the city of Masallacin Shehu and Masallacin Bello, two prominent historical mosques rebuilt in the 1960s, was also famous for its leather products, particularly those made from skins of the Sokoto red goat. This strain of leatherwork was a source of the so-called Moroccan leather that now rules the world of leather today. Modern Sokoto still remains a major trading center for animal skins such as the hides of cattle, camel, goat, and sheep, along with exports of kola nuts, sorghum, millet, and tobacco, all of which have been significant exports from this historic city-state in over 100 years. Leatherworking is still done mainly by craftsmen in traditional mud-walled compounds, including local tanneries and open-air sun-drying of tanned hides and skin. Albeit the quality and excellence of the craftsmanship seen in these leather products readily attest to the expertise that has been acquired, developed, and shared over the years. we sought the opinion of our expert tanner and designer of leather.
Sunana Alhaji Kabiru Ibrahim daga Sokoto. A takaice wannan sana'a ni dai abin alfahari na ce, kuma abin alfaharin jama'an mutanen Sokoto, domin tana cikin sana'o'i wanda suke da babban muhimmanci a jihar Sokoto. Wadda take cewa gwargwado ko ina ta kai. Don anan bangarorin mu da irin Afirka da sauransu ba inda zaka je baka tarar da ita ba. Irin gidajen manyan mutane, irin gwamnoni, sarakuna da irin gidan shugaban kasa ko da zaka tarar da ita. Ta hakin kaga cewa mu abin alfahari ne gare mu nan jihar Sokoto. Zaka muna wa Allah godiya ga wanga sana'ar da ya bamu. Muna neman cewa za mu kamar samun neman ci gaba ga wannan sana'a tamu.
Just like in most states in northern Nigeria, Sokoto is a huge producer and consumer of the deliciously spiced, barbecued roast meat of the animals whose hides have been carefully skinned for leathery use.
Gaskiya abin da ya burge ni kuma nika alfahari da shi bai yadda aka hitowa da raguna ana aitarenin su a gasa ba, don saboda gaskiya ba kowane gari aka irin waga al'ada ba. Ainihin ta Sokoto, musamman ma dai Sokoto, jihar Sokoto gaskiya, saboda zaka ga kowane gida an hito da rago, ba kamar kowa ya je ya yanke nashi daban ba, za a haɗa kai a to a yanka raguna tare, sannan a gasa su tare, ana farin ciki kuma ana zumunci. To ni gaskiya ina alfahari da wannan kuma yana sa ni farin ciki.
The town also had a sizable market in cotton clothes, which up till date are very noticeable adornments of women, ladies, girls and children. Other popular products were part of the commercial activities in the historic times with neighboring kingdoms would be brass articles, groundnuts, kola nuts from southwest Nigeria and spices. Looking across the spread of the modern-day Sokoto from the turrets of the palace of the Sultan, the once tiny community is now in a flourish of importance, reckoning and magnificence. Alongside being the spiritual capital of the Islamic faith in Nigeria, Sokoto is also the administrative capital city of Sokoto State, with the key phrase, seat of the Caliphate. One remarkable aspect of the cultural space and its sustainability in Nigeria is the consistent patronage of a number of leading corporate citizens, walking their corporate talks alongside the promoting owners of these cultural heritages, as well as the Nigerian publics. The Durbar has a shipload of exciting history to it. It is the celebration of that enduring, time-honored and still endearing elegant culture of human relationship with the horse. From ancient times, horses and camels were quite critical to the survival of highly developed city-states in the Hausa-speaking parts of Nigeria. This was as early as the 14th century. The origin of the word Durbar itself is Persian, meaning courtroom or hall of audience. But having been equally nurtured by colonial influence, the Durbar, when performed, is characterized by elaborate military parade and procession, and it was, indeed, one of the chief aspects of the manner imperial courts entertain and thrill royal audiences. In modern Nigeria, Durbar festival is celebrated at the culmination of the two great Muslim festivals of Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Kabir, timed to mark the end of Ramadan. It is always a big day, and all the great activities planned for the day must begin with massed prayers at the main praying ground in the city. The turnout of Muslim faithfuls at the Sokoto praying ground was as massive as a glorious day merited. Counting from toddlers and children to youths and the elderly, from professional riders to the women folk, and from the common man to dignitaries, foreign envoys and royalties, the praying ground was clothed with a solemn but festive ambience. With prayers over, the bubbles of excitement traveled all the way, with the eager and excited spectators to fill the air at the public square close to the Sultan's palace. It was indeed a beautiful sight to behold. The surging crowd is composed of both the celebrating parties, which are also the audience.
Abin da yasa aka yi bai da hankali a wajen Durbar Sokoto saboda nan da nan ne tushen daular Usmaniyya. Kowace masarauta ta addinin musulunci a nan ne take da tushenta. So dole da yake nan ne ke jagoran musulunci, a kowane lokacin sallah dole mutane su mai da himma su ga wani irin hawa ake yi a nan, wace irin daba ake yi a nan Sokoto, domin nan ne ake dubin ya yi jagora ta hanyar addinin musulunci da kuma ta hanyar faɗakar da al'adunmu na gargajiya.
Bambancin Sokoto da wasu wurare nan ne cibiyar musulunci da arewa, kuma komi al'adar mu na musulmi da hausawa daga nan ne aka koye shi, don haka dole ne ya zamanto ya sha bamban da ko'ina. Kuma Sokoto ita ta bada tuta ga dukkan manyan garuruwan arewa, don haka nan ne cibiyar komi da komi wanda kuka sani, da na musulunci da na gargajiyarmu.
Early arrivals included children and youths, maidens and mothers in colorful hijabs. The groups of performers including riders, infantrymen, acrobats, drummers, musicians and other entertainers. In the pavilion, the presence of His Excellency Barrister Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, the Executive Governor of Sokoto State, along with other important dignitaries, gracefully awaited the arrival of the Sultan of Sokoto, who, as a chief host and chief celebrant for the day, will formally signal the commencement of the processions and performances. The Sarki Musulmi and Royal Father, Sultan Muhammadu Sa'ad Abubakar III, the 20th Sultan of Sokoto, arrived at the venue and went straight to the podium, gave an Eid al-Kabir address to formally signal the start of the Durbar festival. Now let the fun begin. Then the procession started, with all the groups jostling for front view positioning. Each and every one of the parading troops beautifully attired in magnificent robes and colorful turbans, which obviously were to denote the royal lineage, district classifications, vocations or professional guilds, and of course, military competences of the band of celebrating citizens. The spectacular parade included not just the regular procession of horsemen and riflemen, but also the rare sights of brightly adorned horses, camel riders, snake charmers, hyena handlers, monkey trainers, flipping acrobats, almajiris, then the ubiquitous praise singers, flautists and drummers. All the melodious elements are distinctively what have been added from the Nigerian cultural heritage to the historic Durbar. The splendid retinue of parading and galloping horsemen or dignified camel riders would stop at the covered terrace to pay respect to the royal father, His Majesty the Sultan, His Excellency the Executive Governor, and all the seated dignitaries. Rhythms of the talking and traditional drums, with the measured melodies of trumpeters blowing the long metal kakaki and flautists on the wooden farai, reverberated around the grounds as well as across the globe via the social media from phone selfies and broadcasting channels. As the performances were coming to a fitting close, it is pertinent to mention that in Nigeria, the Durbar is over 2 centuries old, whereas in the past, the parading groups came to the ceremony to showcase their horsemanship, polo skills, military capacity, and loyalty. Today, the enriching heterogeneous nature of Nigeria's history, culture, and traditions has added a superb halo of very impressive moments to the Durbar.
Kuna jin daɗin tafiya? To, if you love to travel as much as we do, join us on Travel Tips. Don't you go away.
On Travel Tips, we bring you some common mistakes made by travelers when flying internationally. As a first-time international flyer, this is how to guard against making some common mistakes. Overweight luggage. Always leave room in your suitcase when traveling abroad. If you don't think ahead, you could end up paying crazy fees in overweight luggage at the airport, as weight limits vary by airlines. Lateness. International flights have a cut-off and they will stick to it, no matter what your excuses are. Airlines suggest you get to the airport no later than 2 hours before your flight. Jet lag. As first-time flyer, you can minimize jet lag by sleeping on flight in line with the sleeping time in the country of your destination. Also, taking a sleeping pill or herbal supplement can help you achieve sleep on the flight. Shortage of money. Avoid this mistake by withdrawing a budgeted amount every couple of days and sticking to that allowance. So until we come your way again, bon voyage.
Aye, 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 aye. Goge Africa, Goge Africa, Goge Africa. Uza uza wa Goge, uza uza wa Goge, uza uza wa Goge, uza uza wa Goge.
Now you know why the Durbar in Sokoto is special.
We have taken you on a historical journey of the Sultanate, and I believe you have learned a thing or two.
Yes, indeed, you have seen it, so you know it. Now, do you think Sokoto should be one of the 20 must-visit destinations?
What do you think?
Send us an email, join the conversation on social media.
So, sai mun sake saduwa ko?
Wow.